You are a senior software professional. You've put in the years, built the skills, delivered results, but somehow you're stuck. Maybe you're watching junior colleagues get promoted while you are overlooked. Maybe you are in a toxic environment where your contributions go unnoticed. Or maybe you're just stagnant, feeling like you've hit a wall. If any of this sounds familiar, I need you to listen carefully to what I'm about to share because I've been exactly where you are right now. My name is Aravind and I help senior software professionals break through the invisible barriers that prevent them from reaching the leadership roles like that of a senior manager or a director or VP. But here's what makes me completely different from every other career coach out there. I'm not someone who studied coaching and decided to help tech professionals. I am a tech professional. I've spent 25 years being in the system as a test engineer, developer, lead, engineering manager, and finally leading a couple of teams as an India head. I've worked at tech giants like Hitachi, Toshiba, Oracle, and Broadcom. I was heading multiple teams at Broadcom when I made the decision to transition into coaching because I believe in the potential each one of you have. And they are dormant right now. I've lived through every promotion cycle, every reorg, every layoff, every leadership challenge that you are facing right now. I've been the talented senior engineer wondering why others were getting promoted while I am undervalued, overlooked, and ignored. I've been in positions where I had to prove myself over and over again in rooms where I was the only one who was thinking like me. The difference is I cracked the code and now I've helped professionals from major MNCs transform their careers and finally break into senior manager, director and VP roles they deserve. Let me tell you what I see when senior software professionals who want to break into leadership roles come to me. After 25 years in the industry and coaching professionals from major MNCs, I've identified the real barriers that keep you stuck. And I bet you'll recognize yourself in at least one of them. First, there is the invisible ceiling problem. You are technically excellent. You deliver results. Your team respects you, but somehow the real recognition goes to others. You watch people with less experience get promoted while you are passed over. Here's what's really happening. You're optimizing for the wrong things. Technical excellence got you to a senior technical level, but executive presence and strategic thinking will get you to leadership. Most senior software professionals do not realize this shift is required because no one ever told them. Second, there is the strength-weakness imbalance. You have incredible strengths. Maybe you are a brilliant problem solver, or you build amazing teams, or you can architect complex systems, but you also have blind spots that are invisible to you but visible to the upper management. Maybe you struggle with executive communication, or you avoid organizational politics, or you don't know how to present your ideas in business terms. These weaknesses literally block your path to director level roles. Third, there is what I call a tactical success, strategic failure. You are winning every battle but losing the war. You are so focused on delivery that you are not building the relationships, the visibility, the strategic reputation needed for the senior level roles. You are working in the business instead of on the business. Now, here is what I realized after working with hundreds of professionals. These aren't character flaws or lack of ability. They are skill gaps that nobody teaches you. The transition from a senior technical professional to a leader requires a completely different set of skills. One that most coaches can't teach because they've never lived it. But I have. In my career, I didn't just reach leadership. I had to navigate every political scenario, every strategic decision, every executive conversation that you are facing right now. Now, if you've tried to solve these problems before, you've probably been given the usual advice by your manager during your one-on-ones, or HR, or a generic career coach who claim they can coach you by you being a part of an online group. They'll say network more, get an MBA, be more visible, work on your communication skills, find a mentor. The advice is not only incomplete, it's often counterproductive for senior professionals aiming for leadership roles. Why? Because it treats you like a junior professional who needs basic career guidance. But your challenges are completely different. You don't need to learn how to code or how to architect better or how to become a great engineer. You already are. You need to learn how to think and communicate like an executive. You don't need more technical skills. You need to understand organizational dynamics and business strategy. You don't need a mentor who can teach you about generic topics or some career development life cycle topic. You need someone who's actually sat in those leadership roles and knows what it really takes. I learned the hard way during my 25 years in the industry. I followed all the conventional advice and stayed stuck in the senior levels for years longer than I should have. It wasn't until I understood the real game, the unspoken rules of executive advancement, that everything changed. And here's the key. Most career coaches have never played this game at the level you're trying to reach. Here's what actually works. My signature approach is built on 25 years of real world experience at companies like Hitachi, Toshiba, Oracle, and Broadcom, combined with the experience of coaching hundreds of professionals who've successfully made the leap to leadership roles. My method is called the Legacy Leadership Framework, and it has three phases that address the real barriers to executive advancement. Phase 1, Executive Readiness Assessment. We don't start with generic career planning. We start with a deep dive into your unique strengths and weaknesses from an executive perspective. What are your superpowers that could make you invaluable at a director level? What blind spots are currently invisible to you but obvious to executives who take decision on your career advancement? This isn't about fixing everything. It's about amplifying what makes you exceptional while strategically addressing the specific weakness that is blocking you to your leadership role. Now, phase 2, it's called strategic positioning and executive presence. Here's where my hands-on experience become invaluable. I teach how to think, communicate, and present like someone who already belong to a senior manager, director, or a VP role. You learn how to translate technical excellence into business impact, how to navigate the organizational politics ethically, and how to position your ideas so they resonate with executive decision makers. This phase transforms how others perceive your leadership potential. And phase 3 is accelerated executive advancement. This is where we create your specific roadmap to the leadership roles and execute it systematically. We identify the exact opportunities within your current organization or in the market that align with your amplified strengths. The key difference? I'm not guessing what works at the executive level. I've lived it. I've been in those rooms, made those decisions, and seen what separates senior professionals who advance from those who stay stuck. All this might feel like theory. So let me share what this looks like in practice, because results speak louder than theory. Let's take the example of Chitra. Chitra came to me completely frustrated with her company, her manager, the entire work culture of the organization she was working for. She felt stuck and undervalued. In just 2 years of working together, she got 3 promotions, was invited to the head office in Europe to meet with the CTO to build a roadmap for the entire India team. She is now heading the India team. But here's what's even more impressive. She's also pursuing her life purpose of building a facility for terminally ill patients and has enrolled herself in IIMB to make it happen. Her resourcefulness and productivity, in her own words, has gone over the roof. Then there is Abhijit, who was trapped in a toxic environment, undervalued and targeted. Within 3 months of coaching, he was out of that toxic situation. We created a strategic exit plan. He prepared systematically for interviews and he landed at a senior data analyst role at one of the biggest MNCs with a 60% salary increase. 3 months. That's how fast things can change when you have the right approach. Ajit, he was underpaid and overworked, spending every single weekend on projects that went unappreciated. After 6 months of coaching, he developed the confidence to dream big and say no to work he hated. He is now in his notice period with multiple offers, and the least offer is giving him a 60% salary increase. And he's taking his first family vacation in 10 years. And Laurel, he joined a new company as a senior manager, but he was carrying a lot of baggage from his past career mistakes. He was full of self-doubt and guilt. In just 3 months, we helped him present to the board of directors and formulate a plan on how to take on bigger responsibilities that would give him a major career leap. Last month when I talked to him, he was the one who presented before the whole world the new product that his company released. After the presentation, he called me and said, if I was not in for those sessions, I would have probably given this privilege to someone else. I feel so confident now and I'm looking forward to the next presentation. And finally, there is Mohan, a senior architect from UK with over 22 years of experience. But he was underconfident, indisciplined and overlooked. After 6 months of coaching, he gained crystal clear clarity on his 2-year goals. Started working with industry leaders outside office hours, got multiple recognitions, bigger responsibilities, and even filed for 2 patents. All these software professionals I mentioned are just as human as you and me. They have been in the industry for a long time. They have been facing the same opportunities and challenges. But what changed? It's the hand holding that you are getting with the right coach. Here's what I need you to understand. Every month you stay at the current level, being complacent with your current state, you are losing much more than you can ever imagine. It's not just about the significant salary increase or the equity opportunities. It's about the compound effect of lost influence, lost strategic impact, and the lost time in roles where you could be shaping the future of technology in a different, higher role. Think about it. A good promotion role often comes with, say, 30 to 70% salary increase, significant equity, and the ability to impact entire organizations. If you could achieve what my clients have achieved, what would that be worth to you in the next 5 to 10 years? Not just financially, but in terms of strategic impact, you know that you are capable of making. How would your life change if you had all these characters embedded in you? The senior professionals I work with are not missing the technical skills or years of experience. They are missing the executive thought process and the coaching of someone who's actually played the game at the level they want to reach. I can't work with everyone. That's a fact because I have limited time. My coaching is intensive, it's personal, and it is designed specifically for senior software professionals like you who are serious about breaking into the leadership roles, not just making small incremental improvements. If you're tired of being the most technically competent person in the room but watching others get promoted to leadership roles, if you're ready to amplify your unique strengths, eliminate your blind spots that are holding you back, and if you want to work with someone who's not only navigated the path to executive leadership but has a proven track record of guiding professionals just like you to leadership positions, then I want to talk to you. Here's what I'm looking for: a small number of senior software professionals who are ready to commit to transforming not just their careers but their entire approach to leadership, entire approach to life, and be able to strategically think in the next 3 to 6 months. If that's you, let's talk. Don't wait for the right time to pursue the leadership role. There is never a right time. Don't wait for someone to tap on your shoulder for VP consideration. They won't. The professionals I talked about earlier did not wait. They invested in understanding the real game of executive advancement, and their careers will never be the same even if I'm not mentoring them. They have got the skills to navigate their own paths independently. The question is not whether you can afford to invest in breaking through to executive leadership. The question is, can you afford to spend another year or 2 or 5 watching others advance to the roles you know you are ready for? Your breakthrough to senior leadership is waiting. The only question is, are you ready to claim it? Or do you want to look back at your careers 10 years from now and feel guilty that you could have taken action earlier? I hope you have got the clarity that you are looking for. Time is running out. I would really encourage you to reach out to me without waiting anymore and start your transformation journey as soon as possible. I hope to talk to you very soon and transform your life like no one else ever had. Talk to you soon.